right, guys, welcome to a new episode of the Type1 Lifting Podcast. The Touch and Go gang is back. All four of us are here. Hannah's back. Let's go. So who I have on the top is Xander Falix. Bottom, Hannah Hardy. Other bottom is Vic Rodriguez. What's going on, guys?
Happy 3-year anniversary, guys. Mostly
Yes.
Tom, because he's actually been doing this.
Yeah,
so.
I've been doing this for 3 years, which is like absolutely insane. Like just to think about, like, I kind of look back and I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, the amount of people I've talked to on this podcast, and like I would never get a chance to meet half these people if I didn't have a podcast like this. And come to realize, like, they're really nice people, they're great people to talk to. I mean, obviously Hannah's been the most, like, she has like the most, times she's been on the podcast.
Are you trying to say, that's what you're trying to say. I thought you said she was the fittest on the podcast, which is also factual.
Well, that's true.
So
Yeah.
That's also what I thought you were actually referring to.
I think Hannah, you've been on the podcast, I think 10 times already.
Man, it hasn't really been that much. That's awesome.
I think that yeah.
I had to let the guys catch up a little bit. That's why I've been MIA.
No, I'm definitely catching up, especially since we got ghosted last week by Nick. So
So if after this one, I have Nick O'Sullivan coming on next week, and Xander's going to be on that one. So like literally 3 weeks in a row, I have Xander on the next 3 podcasts.
It's called commitment.
Yeah.
I have my own apartment, my own room to record. Dedication, hard work.
But I'm looking for this next year to be like, I think I want it to be like the biggest one I've gotten.
Live now.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right.
So what was one of the questions I got for you guys? So with the CrossFit Dead thing, do you think more of, like, people like that do content should like do more collabs in the off years to kind of help out each other or whatnot? Or
so, like, that's the hard part, right? Is like you see Craig Ritchie on Buttery Bros. You see all these guys kind of on each other's, right? It's also a business, and Craig can't just like fly himself. He lives in Britain. That's the unfortunate, Craig is going to be the example here because it's hard for him to travel, right? Because it's probably more expensive to get to the US side, but he has more access to the European people or athletes. But the thing is, there's the European views. You have to look at like who's watching your stuff and where's like your focus, right? And then it's like Brother Bros do a great job getting people just to go to XL, but they also have Chloe Wilson super close by, and then Medeiros isn't super far. Like, they do a really good job of like partnering up, but it's like it's a business. Like, you want to support each other, but you also have to do what's right for you. It's like, to Vic's point, like those athletes they bring in from other part of the fitness community are great. I would also say like some of their sponsorships have a drive a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Those people coming in. And it's like, and I would say like, it's not a bad thing. I think it's good the way they do it, because it's like, I think they brought a bunch of like,
I mean, that's what they call synergy. That's what you call, that's what you call creating synergies within the space. Using Rain is big in powerlifting. And so that's how you have,
they're big in a lot of stuff. They had,
big in a lot,
like the bodybuilding, powerlifting, they had, they have Thor. They had one of the strongman.
Rob Kearney. They have Rob Kearney.
All those guys, it makes sense because it's natural partnerships that they're not asking for a ton to be like, hey, but like Rain also pays, like, you're our content guys. Like, hey, can you do something? Like, they're all like, again, it makes sense. Like, there's nothing about this. It's like, those are the collabs, and it's like everybody's like, there's two ways to kind of think about it. It's like, is it feast or famine? I would say most people, like, if you're really trying to grow your stuff and be the best stewards of your business and the fitness community, it's like there's enough content out there. Like, you don't have to like be the best one holding somebody else down. It's just like support everybody, but it's like it's got to also make sense from you don't want to like put yourself in such a deficit of spending where it's like, okay, now I don't know if I'm going to be around in a year.
I mean, but here's the thing, like a lot of these content guys are new, right? Let's put it this way, like who are the most established content people within the CrossFit space? It's going to probably go Buttery Bros. Then it's Craig Ritchie.
I would say Craig.
Then it's Craig. And then Savon. But Savon's
Savon's different. Savon,
fairly
I would
new.
say, I
But
would say Savant's is different too. If we're like, again, it depends on the content you're trying to digest.
if we're
right?
talking power ranking, if we're talking about who has more pull and has been in the CrossFit space, then Savan is already up there just
Yeah.
because of his previous connections. But I mean, just organically doing it, it's Buttery Bros, Craig, and then it's Nate Edwardson and
Hiller.
Hiller now, and just age wise.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
the thing is, with these new guys or with all these new people creating content, you got to look at it like this way: like, if you're gonna collaborate and you're gonna try to find a way to broaden your horizon, you got to take 10%, 20% of something instead of a whole lot of nothing. Like, it's the same deal, like same way as when you start, if you're getting into the business to make money and do it, like, you can't just be like, oh, I need everything to be mine, because no one's gonna want to work with you. You gotta earn, you gotta cut your teeth, and you still have to take those losses, but still gain a little bit. And then once you really start to empower your name, then you can say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this just all me. I know it's like, it's a similar like business tactic of like music, right?
Mhm.
Same deal. You're creating content, but early on when you don't have the capital to back it, to do it all yourself, you need that extra help from someone else.
We're just gonna leave their shady business practices on in the background.
Yes,
In
yes,
the music
very much
space.
so.
But it's
Yes.
like, it just like, and then, but we're also probably discounting. It's like, how much stuff does like Mayhem put out behind the scenes? Like, there's so many
Mhm.
other things in there where it's just like, it's hard to like, yes, people want to collaborate, but it's also just like, it's very hard. Like, you've got to establish like your separations, and it's like,
Mhm.
Mayhem's not going to collab with Proven, right? Like, that's never
Yeah.
going to be a thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, Buddy Bros goes and visits Haley Adams, and then they go visit Brooke or Tia when they're in Nashville, or like doing that stuff like that. Just natural, like, kind of progression makes sense.